Welcome everybody to another edition of This Has to Be Said with your host Raven. That's me! So before we begin, please don't forget to check out my YouTube channel at THTBS with Raven. And hit subscribe. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, everybody, and hit like on those videos. Go check it out. I put the link up on Facebook, so it's changed since then. So it's changed. I added a lot more, so I hope you guys enjoy. So we got a lot to get to in a very short amount of time. We're gonna have a little bit of longer session because I get to do an errand that's a good distance away. So you're all lucky. But today's topic is about common sense. I guess that could tie into my other one about stupidity. I mean, but you know, I'm gonna talk about common sense because common sense has to be talked about. But before we begin, I want to recite a poem. Not really a poem, but how would you say this? Not a fairy tale, but you know. Well, I guess so, kinda, I don't know. It's a story. It's famous. Everybody fucking knows it. It's the story of the tortoise and the hare. So, once upon a time in a quiet, quaint little village where everybody was living their best life and enjoying their life. And, you know, just enjoying themselves. Welcome, Jinxie. Welcome. Everybody was just enjoying themselves and, you know, living their normal life. Along comes a rabbit into the town. A hare into the town. Bragging about how fast he is, how many races he's won. You know, he's the best at that. He's the best at racing. He's the fastest. He can jump the highest. He's got the best overall track record for sports. You know, and he's just like, oh, look at this, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. Nobody can beat me, nobody can beat me, nobody can beat me, nobody can beat me, nobody can beat me. And everybody's just like, oh, for the love of Christ, shut up! God! We get it! You're good at shit. We get it. Well, news finally reached the tortoise. So the tortoise had enough. He'd heard all his friends talk about this guy. He had seen this guy in town. He's just been a complete asshole to him. So the tortoise was like, alright, I gotta do something. I don't know what, but I gotta do something. So he meets with the hare, and he's like, yo, let's race. Hare's like, okay, yeah, alright, buddy, yeah. Sure. Okay, yeah, alright. What, like at chess or something? Like, how do you want to race? You're slow as hell. I'm the fastest animal. You're not gonna catch you're not gonna catch me. Tortoise is like, yeah, let's race. He's like, okay, when? Tortoise is like, tomorrow, 8 o'clock, cross country, 1 lap. Okay, alrighty, sure. Well, Tortoise was like, okay. So while the hare was out preparing, man, I wish y'all had seen that. But, so the tortoise was, so the tortoise was like, alright, fine. So the tortoise went home, hare went home, got some sleep, they came in. Well, it's about 7 o'clock, hare has already been there since 6, training, stretching, doing, you know, whatever y'all do. I used to do cross country, I know what it's like. So he got there early, he was stretching, he was training, he was doing all that kind of stuff. Well, 7:30 rolls around, 7:45, he's like, where's the tortoise? Where's the tortoise? No, nothing happened. Then 8 o'clock, where's the tortoise? You know, he's stretching, he's like, maybe he got scared and couldn't show. He's laughing, bragging, like, yeah, he's not showing. 8:15 comes around, boom! There's the tortoise. Right over there. Damn. Alright, fine. Let's get this over with so I can go home. Hare's really cocky about this. He's like, I know I'm gonna win. There's no way in hell that I'm gonna lose this. the tortoise and the hare get to the starting line. Ready, steady, off they go. Bam. Hare takes off. Tortoise is like, dum da dum da dum. You know how tortoises walk. Hare's like, gone. Just gone. Lost sight of him. Totally gone. Well, he's gone. Well, he's so far out ahead that he's like, I got some time. Passes a little restaurant. He's like, oh, cool. I'm gonna sit down, have something to drink, have some food, relax, chill, wait for him to get a little closer, you know, and then I'll jump back in the race, make it a close finish, you know, make it good for the people. All right. So he's sitting there, he's eating, he's like, oh, nope, looks around, nope, nothing there. Then all of a sudden he looks over, he's like, oh, there's a tortoise. He's like, oh shit. He's like, still good. 700 feet away. I'm fine. He's like, fuck it. So he fucking chills there. Then he falls asleep and he takes a nap. He wakes up, he looks, no tortoise. Uh-oh. Where's the tortoise? Walks outside. Tortoise is already almost at the finish line. He's like, oh no, I overslept. Oh no! He's like, no! And he bolts out of the restaurant. He pays his tab. He's a good citizen. He pays his tab and he fucking bolts out the restaurant. He's like, ah! And he tries to catch, but he tries to catch him. He gets up to the tortoise. It's already too late. The tortoise crosses the finish line with one final step. Boom. Crosses the finish line. Here's like, no! And he loses. He looks at the tortoise. He's like, how? He's like, well, I just kept on moving. I never stopped. I passed you in the restaurant. You were just eating, and then I saw you sleep, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop. And he just kept on. He's like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have been running your mouth so much. Fucking. He's older. It's a tortoise. They can live for 800 years. It's a tortoise. Rabbit's young. Well, the tortoise won. He won the race. Now, y'all think that's the end of the story? Oh, my sweet summer child. You couldn't be more wrong. You see, the grim tale tells a more darker side than we know. So, here's the rest of it that I know. But let's cut it off first. The moral of the story is this. So here, we'll leave that at a cliffhanger for the time being. We have some time to kill before the tortoise gets here. We'll take that nap. So, common sense. This story tells the story of how a braggadocious, know-it-all rabbit comes to town, boasting of his skill, boasting of his ability to run fast and be the best. Here's this tortoise that's just been minding his own business, living his best life in this village, just chilling. Here comes this hare talking shit. Well, I gotta put him in his place. Ends up putting him in his place. Why? Or how, you might ask? Because the rabbit got too cocky. Pride comes before the fall. You throw yourself out there like the rabbit, like the hare did, and you become cocky and arrogant. That was yesterday's video. And you think, oh, I'm untouchable. Nobody can touch me. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody can touch me at all. I'm invincible. And then all of a sudden, here comes the tortoise. I'm sorry, I'm really thirsty. Here comes the tortoise, and bam, you ain't the best anymore. Because you let him get the best of you. Because you weren't paying attention. Because you let yourself go, and you got cocky, and you got ahead of yourself, and you got full of yourself, and you're like, yeah, I can do it, and then bam, tortoise just comes in and is like, haha, what the fuck just happened? I got beat by this? Are you fucking... What? No. So, you lose. So which are you? The tortoise? The one that let somebody walk all over them and talk shit and, you know, just let all that negativity just hit you until eventually it piles up and you're like, all right, I got to teach this person a lesson. You teach them that lesson. Put them in their place. Or are you the hare? The one that throws in everybody's face that you know so much, and then only to end up being bested by somebody who knows more. Which one? See, now the ending of the story doesn't end there. So before you make your decision, consider this. The story that I recently just heard, which I'd like to add, ruined my childhood. What the fuck is that? Somebody threw a bag of trash on there. That'll be tomorrow's video. Nope, I'm sorry, because I won't be back until Monday, because I take Sundays off, so fuck you guys. Monday's video will be about politeness, I guess? I don't know. I'll figure it out. We have a whole day. But yeah, so common sense being this. If somebody's talking trash, you don't fight them, and you best them. You best them by doing the best that you can. That's common sense. Common sense is knowing the difference between right and wrong. Common sense is knowing what to do in a situation that'll better yourself and not make you look like a fool, as opposed to them. It'll make them look like the fool, not you. That's what common sense is. But the rest of the fairy tale is this. That hare got so mad at the tortoise that he went to the tortoise's house, killed the tortoise, busted his shell in, and murdered his family. Burned down his house and took the tortoise and threw him in the middle of the village and said, there, let that be a lesson to whoever wants to best me next. And nobody did. That's what the hare did. And that's the story that I learned. Like, last week I read that somewhere online or from the actual fairy tale, and somebody told me that. And I was like, what the fuck? That's not true. And then I looked it up. Sure as shit. Grimm wrote the tale. Grimm, that's the truth. That's what it really was about. And I was like, holy shit. My whole world collapsed in on itself. There goes my whole childhood. All those years of that shit happening. Yeah, there goes my whole damn childhood. And I was like, oh my God. So, are you the hare? The one that comes in and brags and claims you know what he's doing and you don't, and then fucking gets bested by a tortoise? And then you're like, what the hell? And then you take your revenge out by attacking that person in a very dark way? Or are you the tortoise that bests the hare, that stands up to that person and bests them and shows them what's up? It's like, hey, you can't treat me this way. And then at the end, you win, but ultimately you lose, because then they come in and they're like, no, I was right, and here's why. Are you that? Thanks. Thank you. You know, and it's just like, who do you want to be? The tortoise or the hare? Either one. Really, honestly. But for me, I think I'm the hare, only not murderous at the end. And I'm not braggadocious. And I don't claim to know what I don't. I think I'm a little mix of both. I think I'm the hare in the sense that I don't let somebody best me. But when somebody does, I'm like, alright, well, I can do better than you. And then I come in and I fucking wipe the floor with them. And then I'm like, alright, there you go. See? Done. I'm better than you. In the end, I win. Ultimately. But I think I'm also the tortoise in that when somebody comes in who is the hare, who wants to brag and do all this, that I can be like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. And then while they're not paying attention, I come in, I sweep the leg, and I come in and I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm ahead now. And it's like, okay. So I think I'm a little bit of both, but I don't know. But it can be a dark fairy tale no matter how you look at it. So you can look at it as being the tortoise, you can look at it as being the hare. Hey, I didn't lose you, Jinxie, it's okay. Do another dab, buddy, you'll be fine. So yeah. So common sense is pretty much that. Common sense is saying, well, when this person is talking shit, then why don't I just do better than what they are? You do better than what they are, and then you're like, okay, well, I guess I win. Common sense is knowing the difference between sitting still and moving. Common sense is knowing the difference between being better than them or being the same. Common sense is knowing that what they're doing is wrong and what you're doing is right. It's the difference between right and wrong. It's common sense. It's common sense. Common sense is basic knowledge, people. Common sense is, well, when you get in a car, you put on a seatbelt. Common sense is when you drive, you use your turn signal. Common sense is, don't cut me off, asshole. Sorry, you cut me off. But yeah, that's common sense. That's common sense. It's not hard to do. You must be the tortoise. It's fine, Jinxie. I love you anyways, buddy. You're a good guy, my dog. But yeah, that's what common sense is. And some people, I have 3 rabbits at home. I have an English Angora, French Angora, and Lionhead. They're all different kinds of rabbits. Look them up. They're kind of cool. The biggest and the oldest is my old man. His name is Shadow. He's the old guy. Then we have Rowan. He's the middle child. And then we have Sprocket. He's the baby. Those 3 rabbits have more fucking common sense than most people I know in my fucking life. And they're fucking rabbits! They eat shit and that's it! Sorry, I get heated. I have to run an errand. I have to run 2 today, so yay! Adulting! Yay! So I'm gonna have to cut this video off short, but that was pretty much just me ranting about common sense and how people lack it so fucking much. But I wanted to say that. I wanted to throw in my 2 cents. I want to give say my piece. But we have 1 week, people. 1 week exactly until the collab with my buddy. So everybody be sure to tune in when that comes. October 19th through the 25th, I'll be doing a lot of earlier videos if I can. Mostly live gaming and some streaming. So be ready for all that. Yeah, so today I'll be doing a little bit of the Spider-Man game again. I might do some more Assassin's Creed if you want to tune in. That'll be great. Don't forget THTBS with Raven. That's my YouTube channel. Go check it out. Hit that subscribe button. Hit like on those vids. I put the link up on Facebook again. So, but anyways, guys. All right. Thank you for viewing. Oh, one last thing. I'm gonna be doing that collab with my buddy, but when we do, we're changing it up a little bit. So, instead of covering anime, we'll be doing a lot more gaming. So it'll be like a game collab, like a gaming collab. We'll be discussing, like I said, Cyberpunk 2077 and his opinion on that, my opinion on that. You guys can chime in too. Feel free, throw your 2 cents in. That'll be great. Yeah, but don't forget, October 19th through the 25th, be sure to tune in daily because I'll be doing more videos during the day. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.